The NAPA process is an important process because it is very systematic, and in the systems it provides opportunities for the policymakers as well as the technical people to interact with the communities to develop programs that are of common interest. So in that way you are able to develop programs that are of priority, but also it provides opportunity to align the activities you identify with the priorities which government has also identified. So with that, it helps to fuse in the national vision for the country, as well as also the vision of the people. And because of the link with the government process, you are able to identify other development partners to finance some of the activities. The NAPA requires several capacities. First of all, you need the human capacity to understand the issues. These are the people who should be able to study the issues of the climate change in the various sectors. We know climate change is cross-cutting, so it involves many sectors. So it's very critical that in each sector involved, like for Malawi, we are talking about agriculture, we are talking about forestry, fisheries, including even the industry. These are very important, and from the human resource point, we must have subject matter specialists that should understand how climate impacts the sectors, and also what adaptation programs the country can develop or the sectors can develop in order to address the issues that will enable the communities to gain the required resilience to climate change issues. So from a human resource point, that's important. And also institutions. We must have institutions that are responsive, but also that have vision and frameworks for dealing with the climate change issues, particularly on adaptation. This is very critical because without institutions, then you cannot build capacity. And also the issue of institutions is related to policy. You must have policy frameworks that guide development of intervention projects. So in all those areas, one needs to have sufficient capacity. This is in addition to the financial resources also that are required to develop these processes. Presently, the only resources that are available, I think, are in the formative stages. When you are developing the processes, the programs, you tend to get supported. But now, when it comes to implementing the actual activities that we have identified with the people, it becomes a problem. We have realized that the money is inadequate. Like, for instance, in Malawi, the NAPA process, the NAPA program, identified several programs, activities that could be helpful, but there is insufficient resources to support all the programs, although some of these are in the most vulnerable areas, in the Shire Basin and also other areas that are flooded on a yearly basis, but also affected by drought. The NAPA process is a demand-driven, country-driven process. So there is need for consultation of stakeholders, both in government agencies, as well as private sector, civil society, as well as the communities impacted. The issues of gender also need to be thoroughly analyzed and to be integrated. So all that process, to do thorough analysis and incorporation, you need to develop sufficient capacities to ensure that each aspect is captured.